a song now I always like to, or sometimes like to dedicate to, in fact I always like to dedicate it. It's a song I like to dedicate. I like to dedicate this to my gal. She was supposed to be here tonight, but they couldn't fit the jet skis to the vehicle to get here, so I'll send it out to her and my boys with a lot of love. They're back home now, having made an attempt to cross the Hudson to get here, which is quite difficult. As some of you probably found out this evening. But they're back home doing what they usually do this time of the night. They've got the cigars out and the brandy. Because our boys are 7 in a couple of weeks. We want to get them ready for the vaudeville life so they'll be playing places like this. Because it's the family business. I have an agreeable way, loves everything that I do. Dances once every night, movies her delight. I seem to go for them too. But when dances and movies are done, that's when we have big fun. 3 years late after being out late, walking my baby back home. Arm in arm over meadow and farm, walking my baby back home. We'd go along harmonizing a song while I'm reciting a poem. Hours go by and they give me the eye, walking my baby back home. We stop for a while, she gives me a smile and snuggles her head on my chest. We start into bed and that's when I get her powder all over my vest. After I have to straighten my tie, she wants to borrow my comb. One kiss then I continue again, walking my baby back home. She's afraid of the dark, so I have to park outside of her door till it's light. She says if I try to kiss her, she'll cry. I dry her tears all through the night, hand in hand to a barbecue stand, right from the door where we roam. Even then it is pleasure again, walking my baby back home. Oh yeah, walking my baby back home. Walking my baby back home.
I love that song.
You know, when I started out before, I knew I wanted to write songs just like that. That's what I thought they were, the songs. I have always struggled to come up with a line as good as owls go by and they give me the owls.
Best.
Or a line as mischievous, and I have to say, filthy, as that's when she gets her powder all over my vest. I think we know what we're talking about. So I wanted to write songs that kind of went like that. I like to play one now. I started it when I was 17, and I'm hoping to finish it tonight. But I didn't always have this guitar. When I started out, like a lot of kids, I just wanted the one with a lot of gold on it. And it was about 3 or 4 weeks till I discovered, when the paint started to come off of my fingers, that it wasn't real gold. It was a Japanese Les Paul copy, white with gold fittings. And I learned 9 chords and thought I knew everything. And my dad was a dance band singer who around 1968 took on the appearance of, for those of you who remember the movie, he looked kind of like Peter Sellers in Watson Pussycat. He kind of looked like that. And he went out to sing songs of peace and love to working men in the working men's clubs in the north of England. Rough, tough places run by miners and mill workers. And it was not a place where you could readily sing "Everything is Beautiful" and expect to get out alive. He also used to play the great sort of summer seaside places like Blackpool up in the northwest of England, which is kind of like Ashby Park without the thrills. It was kind of a down at heel kind of place even then. Just 3 or 4 sack donkeys tied up to a post with some binoculars mounted on them. And on a very good day, you could see the sea. Didn't ever get your feet wet, but you could see the sea. People would come 3 or 4 hours on a coach, drinking warm beer and singing songs that they didn't know the words of, to see what were called the Illuminations, which only in England would you travel 4 hours in that kind of misery to see some electric lights get turned on. But, so I went along with him as part of my apprenticeship that brings me here before you tonight. I went along with my dad when I was about 17, and I thought I'd play using his sheet music, and I tuned up to the organ, and I was very all raring to go, and the older musicians were very skeptical about some flashy guy with a white Les Paul with gold fittings. And just as the curtain started to rise, I heard the organ, which I had felt was confidently at pitch, suddenly go, and leaving me like half a key out with everybody else in the band. So I did what any novice would do in the circumstances. I got a hold of the gold volume control and I turned it all the way off. I then proceeded to play an absolutely blinding gig. I was playing chords I didn't even know the names of. C Demented. After a couple of numbers, it started to get really flashy. They wouldn't know. It was a great apprenticeship for life in show business. And but there were all kinds of haunted people that were playing all those clubs. Some of them, obviously, this is long before the advent of the gladiatorial games on the TV.